GBM Auctions team. We have Jake Scott here and Hugo. Before we dive in today, we are going to kick things off with a song from Song a Day Guy for GBM Auctions. Let's get into it.
An auction doesn't have to be zero sum. No, 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 no. Everybody who bids should come away with something. Yeah, 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 yeah. A GBM, a new type of auction. Even if you don't win, you win. Even if you don't win, you win. Every single time you get out there. Even if you don't win, you win. Little bit more money in your pocket. Place a bid for however much you can spend. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Get your money back when you're outbid. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But on top of that, you get a little extra back, like up to 10% of your original bid.
This is a banger.
It's great.
Even if you don't win, you win. Every single time you get out there. Even if you don't win, you win. Little bit more money in your pocket. Even if you don't win, you win.
I love all the GBM shapes in the background. It's awesome.
Even if you don't win, you win.
Yeah, Jonathan knows what he's doing.
Little bit more money in your pocket.
It's dope.
It's so dope. Yes, Song a Day man only does absolute bangers. Like
Yeah.
it's I don't know how he's capable of doing it, 6,058 times or whatever the number is on now, but yes, he's incredible. I love him.
It's really crazy. I've seen him around for many years. I mean, he's a big proponent of ETH Denver and really inspiring guy. The fact that you guys got him to get excited about GBM to make a song. I mean, he's a legend. He's very well known and yeah, he's been around for a long time. I just tagged him here. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll see if he pulls up. Let's see if we can summon Song a Day Man.
Let's see.
Awesome. Well, okay, you guys, without further ado, I want to give a proper welcome and introduction to Jake, Scott, and Hugo. If you guys are watching the live stream, please join me in welcoming them to our Onchain Media live stream today. I posted them before. You guys have definitely seen me post about them. I make videos, do content. I love what they're doing, and I love the fact that they're building something that promotes everybody winning, right? A positive sum game for everyone. So without further ado, Jake, Hugo, would you guys mind just going into a brief introduction, sharing who you are and what you're building at GBM?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. So I'm Hugo, and I'm co-founder and CEO of GBM. Been building in this space, been in this space for over a decade now, and been building in it for almost as long. And yeah, at GBM, our whole game is price discovery and auctions and about trying to find value in the most exciting and fun way, because in our auctions, all you do is win. You either make money when you get outbid or you win the asset. And that's a positive sum game that we think is just a whole lot better for the world, not only the crypto space. And yeah, I guess super excited to talk about a bit more about GBM today and our road to the IDA tomorrow, and next week. This week feels like it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's been a long week, but yeah, that's what we're up to. Over to you, Jake.
Always on mute. Yes, hello, I'm Jake Scott. I'm the marketing man and community man. If you've ever complained about GBM, then you've probably been talking to me. Yes, I'm a bit of a crypto OG, as many of us are. But yeah, I mean, I kind of, on the train of thought of today, I kind of, over the years of being in crypto, kind of got more and more disenfranchised and a bit tired and a bit sick of things that I thought were not, the Web3 industry kind of maturing in the way that it has. So, I've seen a lot. I've, fallen for many a scam, many a rug. And one thing, when I joined GBM, that was kind of the moment where I felt like, this is something that not only is it a use case of blockchain, not one of these throwaway use cases where you could just slap a token on something or whatever else, but it was a genuine use case of smart contracts and blockchain, that it was actually solving a real issue. And the fact that it creates a scenario where everyone wins. As somebody who's been scammed, who's seen lots of friends, lose money, make money, lose money again, having something like to be part of GBM auctions like this is just, it has renewed my faith in the crypto industry.
Yes.
And that's why I'm super excited. That's why I'm just like, yeah, that's why I wear this t-shirt,
Let's go. I need some GBM merch, you guys. That's it. I'm going to a shop. I'm just gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna make my own GBM merch, you guys. That's what's happening for the next streams. We do enough streams at this point. I definitely need to represent. Yeah, and I just think, like, okay, one of my mottos in life is, or one of my missions in life is to support good people doing good things. You guys are clearly good people. You have a proven track record of showing up for years and years, and you've built something that benefits everybody that uses it. Even if you lose, you win. Truly, everybody wins with GBM auctions. So I'm curious, for people new to GBM or have missed recent announcements, could you explain what an initial distribution auction or an IDA is and how it fundamentally changes how launches work?
Yeah, it's well, we're very excited about it. That's the first thing. It's a whole new way to do a token sale, really, and we've seen lots of different models in the past. We've seen ICOs back in 2017, DeFi summer type time. We've seen IEOs as a evolution of that, which basically centralized the ICO system even more. And then we've seen IDOs, which has tried to solve the centralization problems created by the IEOs. And now we're here to usher in the new era of IDAs that we think is a way better way of doing things. And what is at the heart of it really is three kind of core things: fairer, funner, and much more rewarding. So in an IDA, the way it works is, imagine we're a project and we're selling 1,000 tokens, let's say. We take those tokens and we put them into different sizes of bundles. Some bundles of, say, 100 tokens, some bundles of 50, some bundles of 20, whatever it might be. And then all of these token bundles, which have different sizes, go onto the market over waves. And the waves correlate to the amount of bidding activity that happen, so that supply and demand matches. And all of the bundles go on auction starting at 0. So you have everybody on the level playing field, all getting in at the ground floor, and everyone helping to discover the value of the token and the protocol right at ground zero. There's no inflated VC deals pre-market. There's no basically just waiting for exit liquidity and then dumping on the market. We're all in at the same level. And as we discover the value from 0, you make money for helping to discover the value of the asset. You earn a yield. And this is obviously completely revolutionary in terms of how price discovery happens, and is really in line with what we're trying to do at GBM, which is just reward people and incentivize people. And so from the very first start of the IDA, you're either winning tokens or you're making a return. So like it's in our DNA being.
Oh my God. It's just, it's programmed like correctly to support the individuals, to create a positive sum game. And I'm seeing in the comments, like some people, let's see, Cryptomorse says, Jake, you look so energetic. Let's go GBM. And she said, start from 0. Nice. And I got Gauji saying, very interesting guests. Like, yeah, so I see people in the comments are starting to get excited. People are reposting. GM everybody who's tuning in. And yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind reposting and sharing this out so we get more folks in, that would mean a lot. But yeah, I see people getting excited about it. I mean, you guys have been around. I mean, before I get into the next question, I just want to share, you guys have had some top people in our industry who have used your platform. Like, do you guys want to touch on your track record as a project? Like, how long you've been around, who has used it? Like, because I think those are very interesting data points to look at.
Yeah, I can jump in a bit on that, Jake, and then throw it over to you. But like at the high level, we've been building and operating GBM and licensing it out for a few years now. And obviously it's been iterating, and we've been learning, and we've been finding better product market fit as time goes on. But that's the right way to approach it in my mind, is you find the product first and then you do the token. You don't do the token and then try and figure out how to create value. And so, we hope that that's something that other people follow suit with. But yeah, the partners have been great. I mean, Avogotchi was our first, and they're just, we're
Shout out to Avogotchi,
we're
Gotchi
joined at the hip.
gang.
We joined at the hip with Gotchi Gang, and they're just great what they're doing over there. Also, they've been through a journey of development, and they found themselves on base just like we have, which is super interesting to see.
Yeah.
It's a place that's attracting a lot of people who are really building, and a lot of OGs that have been building in the space for a while. And then, out of that, we've worked with Sandbox, Decentraland, Unstoppable Domains, ENS Vision.
Unstoppable. Love Sandy Carter. If
Sandy's
you guys
great.
don't know Sandy Carter, I got
Sandy's
one
great.
of her books on my shelf right here. She's an OG.
Yeah. And over like 30 clients now, working with us via our DApp or via our software. Yeah, we've done over 200 million in bidding volume now, over 80,000 auctions,
Wow.
getting close, I think, to 7 million being earned by bidders. So yeah, I mean, like it's a place where you can become a professional bidder, become a professional price discoverer on GBM. I mean, that's what we're hoping to build here.
Have you ever heard people compared this to like the on-chain eBay that I feel like we always needed, really, like something where you are incentivized no matter what? Like, have you ever heard people compare it to that?
Yeah, I think there's definitely, obviously, that's when people think of online auctions, that's one of the first things they think about. For us, though, we're almost like the Shopify for auctions, if that makes sense. So
Shopify for auctions.
we're creating the infrastructure layer that allows anyone to build their own custom auction houses. Just like Shopify lets you build your own stores online, we're building the system that lets you build your own auction houses for whatever it is that you want to sell in a tokenized capacity.
Very cool. And my next question for you is around the IDA model. So GBM uses a win-win auction mechanic, and it looks like you guys have even patented this. So many years ago, you guys patented this. How does this reward system work in practice, and why is it better for both projects and participants? Like, is this the auction model? Is this battle tested and scalable to millions of users too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's already been used and battle tested, as I say, over 80,000 individuals.
Yeah, 200 million.
Yeah. No, it's working. Yeah, I think part of us turning this from a kind of B2B proprietary licensing product to a protocol is our strategy behind putting it in the hands of everyone and growing it and creating a network effect around what we've built, so that really anybody can access the technology and use it in the way that it's been designed. And that's one of the wonderful things that you can do in Web3 is you can do that, even if you're more of a traditional like licensing or tech company. You can then create a model with the right incentive mechanics. And we've done a lot of thinking on this. I mean, you can go to docs.gbm.auction and go deep on our white paper if you want to, but you can see how the GBM token is at the heart of the whole protocol, the ecosystem, how it incentivizes both bidders, both sellers, both people who are deploying and builders who want to use the tech, to really try and create that flywheel of growth that you can do in Web3 with fun incentive systems.
Yeah, that's incredible. And Jake, I know you got a lot. I know I see the wheels turning, man.
Oh no, I've always got some rambling thought to share for you guys, but yeah, no, I mean, it just kind of echoing what Hugo said about the natural evolution for GBM has been us refining this B2B product, using it across multiple chains, multiple different asset classes, experiencing different communities. You have different sentiment, different types of people, and different chains, and obviously a different type of business structure and different type of companies. So for us to have had all of that experience and use that before, opening up the protocol, giving people the opportunity to own it and to share in that revenue, to share in that growth, to become their own GBM ambassador by, getting creators on board and showing them how they can use this Shopify for auctions, which is now a great marketing term that we will use. I love it. And so, yeah, for us, it's really a natural evolution, because opening it up in Web3 and giving people ownership and sharing it, and them, having ownership and being able to grow it and then see the value that generates and own and share in that is just like, it just makes a lot of sense. But, a lot of the time, companies or projects, especially in the hypes of the bull markets, will just go, oh, we've got an idea, and like, I'm pretty sure it could work. Like, over my time in crypto, people have had ideas about building triangles on the water, and people would live in the triangles. That's a very famous OG kind of scam. And so there's been all of these kind of pitches that then have a token slapped on, and naturally 99% of these are not going to go well. They're going to go up a bit, they're going to hype, and then they're going to crash, because there is no real project behind it, or there's no real revenue or real solution that they're providing. So that's why for me and for us, it makes sense to have refined this product, to spend years testing it, to making it better, and having all these different experiences across different chains and asset classes. And now we're able to do this where we can say, right, guys, we think we've nailed it. We've got the bidding volume, we've got the traction. It is fun. Like, the last auction we did, I love the quote. It was, "This is the most fun I've had on chain in ages." And I'm like, I get it, man. I get it. Like,
it's
if you're
gotta
sitting
be
there,
fun.
it's got to be fun. Like, Jesse has talked about this before, and we can kind of touch on the token sale or Jesse token launch or whatever it was. I literally haven't had time. I woke up and I'm straight thinking about Rachel. I'm thinking about Hugo.
He woke up thinking about me today, you guys. I feel like it's win-win for me today too.
Yeah,
That's
of
awesome.
course.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say whether it was positive thoughts. I said I woke up in my alarm going, "Oh, Rachel. Yeah, Rachel." No. It's always lovely to hang out.
Well, this has been like, I honestly, I've been really looking forward to this, and this is just such an exciting month for you guys. You guys have your IDA coming up. We've been talking about this since we first connected months ago. Like, you guys have put so much work and preparation into this. And I have to just applaud you guys for the methodical way you guys have been moving. Like, this isn't something you just did overnight, willy-nilly. It's like you thought about this, you've planned for a very long time. So I feel really, really excited to be a part of it with you guys. And just to ask, I actually have some questions in the audience as well. Someone was asking how this is differentiated from Zora's Doppler model, like how GBM is different from that. Are you guys able to answer that?
I'm not 100% aware of Doppler's model, so I don't know if I can give the best possible answer to that. I have heard.
It's okay. Let's come back to that one. Let's do a little research. By the way, someone says, Jake, why do you look like Elon Musk? I don't know.
Jake Elon Musk.
Jake.
I don't think that's a compliment. So is that person in our community? Because I can then just remove them. I can delete their airdrop. I'll block their IP from our IDA. Yeah, okay, that's done.
All right, and you guys, we have an absolute legend in our midst. We have Crypto Empress here with us today. She is a dear friend of mine. She is like one of the most positive people I know in the space. I'm going to drop her a link. I like spontaneously dropping people I love links to join our streams. Like, Empress, if you want to come jam with us, ask questions, you're welcome to join us as well. Absolutely love her. Okay, so moving on to our next question. Oh, we got the Avagachi merch.
Everyone's wearing hats. I realize everyone's wearing hats.
We wear a lot of hats here. We wear a lot of hats here, you guys.
I like it. I also need to, this won't make sense to anyone except, a few people, but yeah, this is an important thing. It's not relevant to us live stream. It's relevant in the GBM community. So there you go, guys.
Wait, is that like, it's like an Easter egg or Christmas?
It's an Easter egg, yeah. A Christmas ornament themed Easter egg.
Well, now the curiosity is killing me, man. What is there, like, are you able to share a little bit out?
Oh no, it's just, I always want people to have fun, and like, so for example, I said on our Discord, I'll give prizes to 10 people who successfully name the Christmas ornament that I display on our live stream. The problem is, I do realize that like maybe some people would be like, how is this guy like a Christmas ornament? Like, I guess the gingerbread man sort of is. I just associate him with Shrek now.
Well, yeah, thanks for sharing, Jake. And yeah, Empress, I just sent you a link in your DMs if you want to join us. Empress has inspired me as a creator to really level up in a lot of ways. She's like OG, has a big following. So yeah, would love to see her join us today if she can. And yeah, anybody else, if you have questions throughout the stream, if you want to comment on Jake looking like Elon Musk, please drop your comments in the live stream chat. Would love to hear from y'all. Okay, Empress can't join us. She's at the vet. Well, Empress, we love you. Thank you for pulling up and supporting. Okay, so for my next question I have here today, you guys, I'm curious, why do you believe traditional launchpad models are broken, and what problem is GBM directly solving with the IDA, the initial distribution auction?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a lot of problems. One is that, well, let's look at the fixed price model, which is the most, old school one. How do you decide that price, right? You basically go, I think it's worth that, right? And then you just like throw it into the market. You might have left some money on the table, or you might have overpriced it, and you might have artificially inflated that price prior to, the sale. Like, there's a lot of problems with it. So that's like the most inexact way of trying to find a market price for what you're doing. And then you've got things like bonding curves, which are quite interesting. And actually, I've just looked into Doppler, and it's an interesting primitive. So, the GBM auction is a new primitive, and Doppler's, which they call a reverse Dutch auction bonding curve type model, which I can go into if people are really interested in nerding out on price discovery. But so solves you get fairer market prices because you're not just pulling your price out of nowhere, like you are with a fixed price. Dutch auction is interesting, but it's got two big issues. A Dutch auction is the one where you like start at say 1,000 and you come down in increments until someone like jumps in. It's like a reverse game of chicken, let's say. And that has a lot of problems with being done on chain. One, it can be easily front run, which is a big issue for MEV and on-chain auctions. And then the second is you create an artificial price cap, right, for your asset, because you still have to come up with an idea of what this price cap could be, or this total price, and that doesn't help with pricing or price signaling. Like it's not a great thing to do. And then you got the English auction, which is the common one. Like Jake bids 1, I bid 2, Rachel bids 3. It's now worth 3. Rachel wins it for 3, and the world believes that now it's worth 3. But the issue with that is there's also, there's only one winner. It can be quite easy to manipulate on chain as well, and you can, see there's issues with there can be issues with how gas fees work in an English auction, which we've experienced before. And, if you have a system where instead of using those kinds of price discovery dynamics, you use one that is going to start at 0, so 100% fair price market driven, and you incentivize people to participate to try and maximize your bidding group and the bidding activity to try and find the truest value for the asset, right? The larger your bidding pool, the more accurate your size is to try and find a value for this. And you reward people along the way. So there are many winners, not just one.
I love that part. I think that's a very unique value proposition you have for your auction model.
And the other thing that gets quite interesting is when you think about what we're doing is you're basically putting a yield opportunity in the primary sale, the primary issuance of this asset. And so what a lot of people are doing is they're looking at, okay, well, if I go to an auction at like Christie's and I buy a piece of art, and I think to myself, okay, I'm buying it now for 1,000, but maybe in 3 years I reckon I could sell it for 3 or 2, right? You're basically discounting what you think you can get in the secondary market later on, and you're taking in the investment now. And what we do at GBM is we sort of front load a lot of that secondary market speculation into the auction itself, into the primary sale. And so what we create is much more stable markets as well, because people are taking the next 2 or 3 years of speculation that they think might occur and putting it into the primary sale, and in so doing trying to find the truest market value for the asset being sold. And so actually when you eventually list, you've got something that's already had a lot of price discovery and creates a much more stable secondary, which is something that crypto desperately needs, because we've all too soon seen what happens as soon as a token goes on a market. And the other
Right.
thing that we're doing, that we sort of made part of the IDA process, is this buy and burn idea. So for like every dollar that goes in, a portion of that will go to a buy and burn fund to create, synthetic demand on the secondary for the token. So
Wow, it's like you guys have really thought of everything, and this sounds like you have sustainability baked in to the model.
that's absolutely the idea. I mean, I think the new revenue meta, let's say, that people talk about, is pretty important for the whole crypto industry to grow up with that. Basically, I mean, we've had
Yeah.
a lot of nascent speculation over definitely the last 5 years, and you could even argue the last 10. And we're getting to a stage now where I think a lot of people are wising up and understanding what has value, what doesn't have value. Is this real? Is this not real? And, we want to be a big part of showing the world that, you can create things in crypto that you can't do off chain, that are going to change the way that markets work and make things much more accessible and permissionless, and do so in such a way that creates value, doesn't just extract it. And so I guess
Thank you. We need you guys. Oh my God, crypto needs GBM auction. By the way, I'm seeing some more comments and questions. Let me just run through. I'm trying to respond to everybody and make sure everybody is heard and seen on these streams. So, all right, here we go. So Cryptomore says no gas war on GBM, 100%. Lightspeed. Oh wait, hold on. I got to go back to a very important comment. I think Lightspeed said it looks more like if Elon and Zuckerberg had a kid, talking about Jake Scott. So that was a. Now he's just talking back. So thank you, Lightspeed. Crypto Emperor says she needs the gingerbread ornament for Christmas. She said she needs it for her Christmas tree. So maybe you could drop a link, Jake, and share where she can get it. And then let's see. Going down, okay, we got from Lightspeed. Lightspeed said, I'm out here making friends. Yeah, Lightspeed, we are. And I've seen you on Spaces, Lightspeed. I definitely want to jam with you more. Really like your energy. Lightspeed also asked, what are people bidding on? That's a great question.
That is a good one. I'll jump on that one. So for the past few months, obviously we've been super busy, and what we've been doing is we've been running, preparations for the IDA. So we spent a long time planning, and then obviously executing. And so we thought, what is the best way for people to kind of understand what GBM is, to understand the long-term vision and kind of see the benefit and see and experience that win-win feeling, and see how everybody wins with these auctions. So what we decided to do is we launched something called the GBM Auction Festival. And this was a series of auctions, kind of week to week or back to back rather, with clients, partners that we've had. So we had the Abergotchi doing some auctions, some special auctions. We've had Sandbox doing special auctions. We've had Vision.
Cool.
We had Free Name, we had, the list goes on and
Look
on.
Look at the caliber of projects they collaborate with too. I think that's a testament of who Jake and Hugo are, who the people are behind the team. The people are everything, and the fact that they are attracting serious builders, I've always viewed them as serious builders. So you could just see that from their track record.
Oh yeah. And so we launched this auction festival because if you participate in these auctions, you'll be earning a GBM airdrop. So obviously the auction festival airdrop is a reason that, extra level of incentive. As if there wasn't enough incentives in GBM already, you're getting an even more incentive by bidding in these auction festival auctions, which, by the way, the IDA is part of the auction festival. So all the bids that you place in the IDA are actually earning you a GBM airdrop. So, in the horrible, horrible event that you bid in the IDA and you don't win a bundle of GBM tokens, don't worry, because all that bidding will have contributed to your GBM airdrop. So
Let's go. Wow. Okay. Another, there's layers to this.
Another layer. It's like, ogres have layers. And so
yeah. GBM's quite the onion. It's a good point.
Exactly. It takes a while to like break through, and then once you bite into it, you realize, oh, that was an onion. Oh my
God. It's like everywhere I look, it's just more winning. It's like Charlie Sheen's dream here.
So the auction festival over the past few months has been everybody's opportunity and our kind of way of saying, look, here's a lot of our auctions going on. If you get involved, if you get outbid, you're going to make money. If you win, you're going to win some NFTs from, we had some awesome Web3 domains. We had Avogotchi assets. We had land, the biggest land sale auction we did as part of the auction festival with the sandbox. So there was all these opportunities, and still is these opportunities to bid in GBM auctions. And the thinking of that was, as I said, like once you've experienced and once you've heard that ding of you getting outbid, you kind of then go, oh, okay.
I feel like we have to talk about the ding too. Like they have selected a sound. There's just something, I don't know. It just does something to your brain. It's like very satisfying. I don't know how to explain this. Like I think Hugo and Jake, like they went through hundreds of sounds, right, to find this specific ding. Can we hear the ding? Is anybody able to, like, can you simulate a ding real quick for our listeners? I know this sounds silly, you guys, but it's a fun part of the auction process.
Are you asking me to vocalize the ding or find a recording? I could try and vocalize.
Well, there you go. Okay, that's it. That's what you hear when you hear Jake Scott's recorded voice saying ding. Yeah.
Dude, that would be horrible.
When you hear the ding, you've been outbid, and every time you hear the ding, you've made a return. So it's a pretty good ding.
And we have Whale saying, I love that sound. Let's see. Base better be ready for what's to come. Yeah, I see a lot of comments here. Lightspeed.
Just on that last question. Also, just good to mention that when it comes to the IDA itself, what you're bidding on is an NFT and a bundle of GBM tokens, and they're combined into a bundle. So on every single bundle, which obviously varies in different sizes, you've also got a unique NFT, which will have it's part of its own collection, commemorates the IDA itself. Each one of them are rare with their own traits, and basically, you have two different assets in one bucket that allows you to play with what may or may not have value, even though there's obviously a fungible asset alongside. So it's quite an interesting way to combine both non-fungible and fungible tech in crypto into a single experience.
Got it. Well, another question I have for you guys, because we've done other streams before. I've been connected with you guys for a while. You guys had IMUA as the first project to raise via an IDA. What made them an ideal partner, and what should the community know about this previous collaboration you guys did? We did a big stream about this.
Yeah, IMUA are awesome because they, I guess, toot our own horn, but they're pioneers like us, right? They're trying to do new things and push the space forward. I mean, IMUA means moving forward, and so that rings with us. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to push the space forward into a better place. And when they came across our system, which was not public at all, it was through sort of friends and that were telling other friends about what we were cooking. They came to us and they were like, look, this is. We want to do something here. We want to use this. We'll be the first. We'll be the guinea pig, which is always, being on the frontier is always dangerous, but exciting. And yeah, we ran the first one with them. We learned a lot from it. It was a lot of fun. Their community had great fun. Our community had great fun. And it was really great to do. And more than anything, has taught us so much, so that we can make next week, even more fun and successful. So it was super cool to do. Warren and Dan over there are great, and yeah, just really cool to have done that with them, and kudos to them for jumping out the gate first.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen the IMUA team for a while. I've seen their evolutions. Shout out to the team and to Finley. Definitely exciting to see them collaborating with such an amazing project such as yourselves. So yeah, okay. To my next question, I do want to touch on the token bundles. So every token bundle in an IDA starts at 0. Why is this so important for fair price discovery?
Well, if I didn't start them at 0, if they weren't started at 0, where did that price come from? Well, did I just pluck it out of thin air? Did
Yeah.
I get a bunch of VCs to give me loads of money to prop up token value so that I could say it's worth this and you just have to take my word for it? If I did do that, then, it's inference that no one's on a fair playing field. No one's on a fair level here. And so I think it's super important that it starts at 0 because that's how you get real price discovery and you give everyone a fair entry point. And the other thing that's interesting about 0 is because of how the game theory of the GBM system works, you want to be the first bid on every bundle, right? I mean, like if you're the first bid, you are either going to get the maximum return on the next bid because you're the very first, you'll automatically get the 10%, or you'll win the assets, you'll win the tokens. So, rushing to be the first bid is in a GBM auction very, very desirable. And so, when you started at 0, you create the opportunity for everyone to kind of go in and maximize their yield and generate as much competitive pressure as you can in the auction, which at the end of the day is what auctions want to succeed. So yeah, 0 is pretty important, and I hope that more token sales start at 0 so that
it's incredible.
Can
like you guys really have done this fair, and I see people applauding you in the comments. Lightspeed says props for starting at 0. Bitcoin started from 0 too, so that's
Right.
really following the Bitcoin thesis. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. As Hugo said, like it's equal opportunity because it doesn't matter, if you're bidding $1, $100, $1,000. If you're, lucky enough to be bidding $1 million, that's great. But there's an entry point for everybody. And also, as we've learned, as we talked about Amua and the kind of, improving the product and understanding. I don't know, Hugo, if you want to talk a little bit about the waves system.
Yeah.
So that'd be great.
So from a kind of distribution side of things with Amua, we had a total number of bundles, and we put them all up at once, and that was great, but also not so great. And as far as like that's too much at once, that's too much supply across too many bundles. It's too many clicks for people. It's too dispersed, and that was a learning experience for us. And so, iteration 2 with the GBM IDA is we release these bundles in waves. So the first wave is, I believe it's 152 bundles with different sizes, all the way from a 5K GBM bundle through to a 1 million GBM token bundle, and varying rarity of NFTs representing those bundles. And then once we hit our funding levels, our targets, our goals, new bundles come on in a new wave. And so what you have there is you have the right amount of things to bid on going in tandem with the demand and the bidding activity, rather than loads all at once and that not correlating close enough with buying activity. And we think this is a much better way to run the IDA. And again, thanks to Amur for teaching us that. And so next week there's going to be 5 waves in the GBM auction, each one with its own fundraise goal. And as soon as that goal is hit, new bundles immediately come on to the market for people to be able to bid on.
Yeah,
that's incredible. And I see another question here. Crypta Morse is asking, the key is when it's open, rush to bid, right? So basically she's asking, like, when an auction opens, the key is to get there as quickly as possible. Like what's the key to doing well on these? Or is that not it?
Yeah, no, that is, you want to be the very first bid.
Okay.
Because as I say, you're guaranteed the maximum return if you get outbid or you win those tokens. So it's a very good strategy. And so when you get to a new wave goal and new bundles suddenly come on, you want to be there for those transition moments, because there's suddenly a lot more new supply for you to be able to try and earn that yield as well. But I guess, the dominant game theory, if you're in it only for incentives, right? You've got your different buying motivations. People want to maximize their yield. People want to get as many tokens as possible. And when these collide, you get very interesting bidding dynamics. If you're in it for just the yield, then your dominant theory is if you believe that this is worth, say, $100, you want to be the very first bid at 99, and then get outbid by the $100 bidder who wants to buy the tokens, and suddenly, you've made your $9.9 return on your 99. You've made that 10% return. So, depends how you want to strategize. But the beauty of what the IDA system does and what GBM does in general is it creates a whole variety of strategies that you can plan with and engage with to maximize whatever your goal is in the auction.
Incredible. And I see another comment here, another question rather. Are there plans to introduce a mobile app or more user-friendly interfaces to broaden accessibility?
Yeah, great question. At the moment, we don't have our own app, and there are a lot of difficulties with that. However, there are great things in the space that are doing that for us, like Base, and the IDA will be happening as a mini app in the Base.
Whoa, let's go!
And so
woo!
It's basically like having our own app. Like, it's so smooth. You press one button, you swipe to trade, bang, swipe to press to bid, and you're good. And it's all happening super fast on Base in the Base app.
That's incredible. And Jake, I see you got some thoughts here.
No, I was just going to say, if you want to, because we actually deployed the mini app version. And I mean, yes, Hugo is right. Technically, we don't have an app, but we have a mini app. So is that not better? Because it's more digestible, like...
It's more focused. Like, I feel like you're going to get people who are kind of really dialed in this niche, in this community. And I see another comment, Lightspeed, saying, reminds me of Steam 2017 social platform. First likers got rewarded, old platform, but ideas valuable. You guys tapped into it. Smart. Nice. Yeah, I see a lot of people are very bullish on this stream. I'm getting a lot of comments here. So, okay, back to the questions I have here. And let's see. I want to understand, okay, the liquidity at TGE. So liquidity at TGE is always a concern. How does the IDA and the buy and burn system work, where up to 50% of funds go to a buy and burn wallet, and how does that strengthen the GBM token post-launch?
So yeah, the IDA itself is not designed to be something that occurs directly. I mean, it can be done, but like directly before listing. It's not a listing strategy, it's a token sale system. But when it comes to the listing of the token, like any launch, like any listing launch, the key is, sorting out your liquidity partners, your market making partners if you need them, and making sure that there's stable, good depth and locked liquidity across the places that people want to buy and sell and trade. And we plan on doing that the best that we can when protocol launch and TGE happens, which is due for Jan-Feb next year. And yeah, I guess in our case, the key addition to that is this buy and burn, where when we do list, or even prior to listing, we can use funds raised in the IDA to take supply off the market, or create buy pressure on the market. Both do the same thing. They help with the supply and demand dynamics, and the idea, especially coupled with an IDA where hopefully lots of price discovery has already happened, means that when you do list, you don't have that sort of moment of crazy price discovery, let's say. It's like, no, they did already an open at zero sale. They found this floor. They found this level of price. Now they've listed. They have good liquidity. They've done it properly. And, there's not much reason for this thing to move 100% up or 100% down per se.
Right.
Like, let's be a little bit more stable about this. And then if we have taken tokens off the market through the buy and burn, or created synthetic demand through the buy and burn, that just helps a bit more with making sure that stability is there so that you can create long-term growth, not just overnight extractive pump and dumps.
It's not a flash in the pan. It's like you guys clearly have moved very slow and steady, methodically, really thought about this, thought of everything, it sounds like, and you're building for the long term. So I really love that, because in our space nowadays, it's like there's so many flash in a pan things that are just here, and like it's a big thing for like a moment in time, and then everyone's on to the next thing.
Yeah.
GBM is here for the long term, and I love that. And I'm curious, like looking towards the future now on the topic of long-term building, what does the IDA mean for the future of community first fundraising? And could we see this becoming the standard model for Web3 projects? And I feel like, Jake, you've got a very good pulse on the Web3 community, so maybe you can kick us off on this one.
Hell yeah. Oh, I would be delighted to. Yeah, I mean, like, I always talk very emotively because I am obviously very passionate about it. But I think like we are seeing, I'm not going to get too philosophical either, but like, we're seeing a turning point.
Please do.
All right,
I
okay,
love those
right.
kinds of conversations.
The world, wealth inequality, like I'm not like communist, socialist, like extreme or whatever. So just, I believe in capitalism and all of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I like money. I like this. I like that. I think it all works. But what we're seeing in the wider world is this recognition of wealth inequality. And people are starting to say, billionaires should be a little, another tax on them, like a slight tax won't affect them. Let's just try and make things a bit fairer and things like that. And so I think that, like, obviously not attaching GBM to that or saying it's hugely part of this movement, but I think it is part of a recognition that we have the tools to build systems that are fairer, where, for example, in a GBM auction, everybody wins. Everybody has a positive experience. It doesn't matter if you are the wealthiest guy on the planet. Doesn't matter if you look like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg had a baby, apparently, but you haven't got their wealth. Oh, great. It doesn't matter if you have $1, 50 cents, 10 cents to play around with. Like, this is an opportunity where you have the same opportunity to win. And so it's addressing that kind of fairness element. So for me, what I have seen in the wider world of people being like, if I was a caveman and I earned $20,000 a year until the year 2025, I would still not earn as much as Elon Musk. So like that kind of like ridiculousness is really kind of coming into a fore. And how I see that in crypto is, alongside people being tired and sick and tired of extractive systems and products launching, or tokens rather, launching without a product and then just crashing. And, we're always talking about retail, and retail's going to come to base. But they won't come if there are not tools and scenarios and experiences that are positive. And so that's what GBM is offering, especially towards the base eco, to creators, to fans, to the retail. If a retail user comes and their first experience is on base is a GBM auction, they place their bid, they immediately get outbid, they make money, they go away and think, oh, I actually, like, I had a positive experience. That's weird, because I thought like crypto was literally just about, people dumping and exchanges getting hacked and, Mt. Gox people and bloody, FTX people, all of the X people. I thought that's the experience that a retail user is going to have on chain. And then they're going to go, oh, hang on. Like, this is a good system. Like, oh, I'm going to check out what else is out here. Oh, there's this other mini app. Oh, that's cool. I can collect this. Oh, I can use that. I can use Banker. I can use Clanker. Like, it's just that I'm seeing people being tired of like immature products.
Yeah.
And just like, so obviously I've taken this on a global scale, and I'll try and rein it back in.
Because you're like tapping into the collective consciousness of where we're at currently, and how people in our industry and beyond are perceiving crypto, how people in the space are feeling. I do feel like people are fatigued with like the hype, flash in a pan, things that are not like very seriously built, serious infrastructure focused projects. So I think you guys are really doing that, and you just articulated it beautifully, Jake. Thank you.
I don't know about that, but that's very nice. But yeah,
I would just add a bit more to that, which is that, the goal is for this to eventually, become what we think should be the new meta for community first fundraising, but also token sales in general. When you think about a community first fundraising mechanism, it's the same. Your investors or whoever, they're all out there, whether they're a VC or an individual, and you should have a system that is fair and fun and rewarding for all of them, and that's the goal. And also market driven, right? Like it's you market driven pricing is really important, because if you have market driven pricing, you have natural Adam Smith's invisible hand. You have natural supply and demand dynamics that make more sense than cooked up
artificially
exactly.
structuring it. It's more organic, it's more real. And I feel like we see a lot in this space, things that are kind of artificially pumped and kind of manufactured. And I feel like once you're in the space for a long time, once you have years under your belt, I feel like those things become more and more obvious over time. And I just love that you guys have structured this correctly. And for my next question I have for you guys, I'm curious, looking beyond the GBM IDA this month, what is next for GBM Auctions Protocol, both in terms of tech development and potential upcoming partnerships? I feel like you guys always have something cooking, so I don't know. We might get some alpha here today, you guys. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it.
So obviously, next week is a really important week for us. I mean, it's a destiny-defining week for GBM, and then once that is done, it's really moving into protocol launch. And the key things that are going to be launching in V1 are going to be the token dashboard, as we call it, where you can do your staking, you can do your voting, you can do all the wonderful things that you do with a sort of token management interface. But even more importantly is what we call the deployer. So it's basically the auction house publishing system, where anybody can come and codelessly, go onto the website and click buttons like an install wizard. Right, I want this auction house design on this chain with these, custom branded effects, etc. I want to accept these currencies, and then you can deploy that with no code and have your, call it shopfront, but in this case your auction house, for both primary and secondary sales for the assets that you are building, as whether you're a huge enterprise or an individual. And so, we give you these out of the box win-win auction marketplaces, basically, for you to be able to distribute your assets on and your creations on. And that for us is obviously the key part of V1 of the protocol. And then if we see lots of wonderful demand and lots more auctions and lots more partnerships arise as a result, the next phase is figuring out how we aggregate all of this activity and all these auctions happening all over the protocol into a single unified UI that then gives people the ability to do the price discovery yield game, and at the same time discover a whole wide array of different assets that are up for auction in one single place, and give people, a way to basically buy and sell and earn all at the same time in a really, really dynamic way. And once that's done, the longer term plan of slowly decentralizing it so that it becomes a completely cyclical, self-reinforcing, expansive technology that anybody can use, is our goal. And then sprinkled within that, maybe we can then figure out how we do the same thing with the IDA mechanism, so that it can become the new meta for everyone to use. So there's a lot cooking. But I would say that, those are our main goals in the medium term, if next week goes well.
And can you just share really quick, in case anybody missed it, what is the date of the IDA next week?
24th of November, so Monday, 10 a.m. UTC, which runs for 7 days. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait. We're going to be doing more streams, you guys. We're going to be celebrating. This is probably one of the biggest months for GBM auctions. So we're going to be doing a lot of content about this and covering the entire journey. And real quick, I just want to welcome anybody new coming to the stream. We have about 600 people tuned in live here today, and where the markets are at, I mean, that's pretty good for today. Thank you all for taking the time. About 600 people here today to learn about GBM auctions. And I want to shout out, we got a new person, Kate V, jumping in. Let's see, Crypto Morris, marking her calendar. Thank you, Wales, nom.base.e. Thank you, Nom, for being here. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, we are coming into the last 5 minutes of the space, or the stream, sorry. And Jake, you know what's crazy? I made it through almost all of we have one question left today, which is wild. Usually for live streams, like I prepare all these things and like you'll never get through them. But today we actually did. So I'm very happy about that. So maybe Jake, you can kick us off on this last question here. Are there any ways that people can get involved with GBM before the GBM IDA? And is there any airdrop alpha or other opportunities to win with GBM in the meantime?
Yes, there are many, many opportunities. So obviously I referenced before that you can be earning XP at the moment for different on-chain activity, Zeely quests, showing up in the Discord, getting roles, earning roles, whether you're, a meme lord, whether you're a GBM supporter, whether you're an OG, whatever it is. We have lots and lots of kind of rewarding activities, events. We even have multiplayer games. We've now got a bit of a Smash Karts mobile game. Like, I don't want to say it's like a vendetta or whatever, but people are getting serious in our community about who's the best at this game. I am not the best, but
where are these conversations happening? Where can I join in?
Discord, yeah, you need to get in there.
Okay, I don't use Discord. I've been told recently I really got to get on Discord more. I'm in there only for communities I really love. So let me hop in the GBM auction Discord.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, I mean, that's where we share a lot of alpha. You can earn more XP for your airdrop. But yeah, I mean, like the best way to get involved with GBM before the IDA is definitely, go to our link tree. You'll find all of our community links. You'll find out how you want to earn a GBM airdrop, what you can do. And yeah, we run events, almost daily. We have games, we have quizzes, we have flash quests. So there's always something going on. There's USDC in prizes, or there's XP, or there's a lot of other things. And obviously, if win-win auctions weren't enough, next week we have lined up lots of extra ways that you will be rewarded and incentivized. So, I mean, I'll give you...
Wow.
So one of them is, so on Monday, first day of the IDA, it is Superfest 2.0. What is Superfest 2.0?
Take notes, you guys. Take notes.
Yeah. It is a promotional event that we're running where if you place any bid of any size in the first 24 hours of the GBM IDA, you will be entered into a raffle with a $10,000 prize pool. So you'll be earning, obviously, potentially winning auctions. You'll be potentially getting outbid and earning USDC. You might be lucky enough to be one of the raffle winners. So you could get, $3,000, $2,000, $1,000 prizes. There's a bunch of prizes. And then a little bit of alpha for
Here we go.
This space is, we were thinking, how do we make things more fun? As if you can't have enough fun already. And so we came up with this idea of doing, like Wild West bounties, where back in the old West, you'd see on the saloon door there'd be the wanted Big Jim for shooting a cow, and it'd be a $1 award for going and killing Big Jim, taking him to the bounty office. So we're doing something similar, and I haven't told anyone about this.
Let's hear it.
During the IDA, in the middle, so not the first day of it, because we've obviously got the Superfest running, we'll be putting up bounty posters, which are essentially bundles of GBM tokens which have been slapped with a bounty, a most wanted. And what will happen is the bounty bundle will be announced at the start of the hour, and then whoever has the winning bid at the time, an hour later, they're considered as bringing in that bounty. So the auctions will still be carrying on, but whichever address is the winning bidder on that auction bundle at the time that the hour ends, they'll win a prize in USDC. So that could add in a little bit of kind of interesting mechanics, and just make it a little bit more fun. Obviously, it's going to be, some people are going to be battling on chain, so it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the base infra is very good, but it'll be interesting. Are people going to try and keep bidding on that bundle? Are they going to wait till the last second and hope that they get in on chain? Like, yeah, it's going to be fun. And I'll
All
try.
right, I
I'm gonna,
definitely need to get in on this. I need to be in the Discord for those conversations where everyone's
yes.
talking about this. And Hugo, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on all this. Like, what you're most excited for.
It's really about trying to make a really positive, fun experience that genuinely creates value for everyone involved. And next week will be a big moment for us and a testament to show that it's possible to do. And yeah, I'm just super excited. It's been obviously months of work. Jake has been in the trenches for I don't even know how long now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped. And it's also nice, you know, everyone's feeling a bit gloomy about the market, and everyone can understand why. But you know, in the midst of gloom, there should be glimpses of
silver
fun,
linings.
silver linings, and we think the IDA next week is and should be one of those. So yeah.
Well, I love your guys' attitude. I mean, you have to stay optimistic no matter what's happening in the markets. You have to keep going. You have to stay optimistic. And I think when you have grit and tenacity and you're methodical, strategic, I think you guys will make it. And I'm very excited about what you're doing. Clearly, I'm seeing tons of comments coming in right now. I don't even think I can get through all of them. But PT003 commenting with support, HOV, Wales, Cryptomorse. Let's see. Yeah, as Jake said, what is a bear market? I got USDC on GBM. Yeah, so a lot of people just showing support today. And, you know, I did want to do a little bit of a giveaway. I think I'm feeling a little spicy today, you guys. I think I'm going to do a giveaway because I want to keep everyone's spirits high. And in the spirit of GBM, I want everybody to win. So I want to give you all an opportunity if you're tuned in today. You have to be listening live. You have to be here to even know this. There's 646 people tuned in right now live. Okay, you guys, if you retweet the stream, share your thoughts, share why you're excited about GBM auctions, tag Rachel Onchain, Onchain Media Co., GBM auctions, tag those 3 accounts and share why you're excited about the GBM IDA coming out. And I don't know, what do you guys think would be a good giveaway? I do spontaneous giveaways. Now I gotta think about what value I'm assigning to that.
So the entry requirements is retweeting, right?
Retweet the stream. I want them to tag Rachel Onchain, Onchain Media Co., and GBM auctions.
Okay, cool.
What do you guys think? Should I do 50 USDC
yeah,
on
I reckon
base?
50,
All right, let's do a little 50.
I reckon
yeah, 50.
All right, 50. All right, you guys, you heard it here. If you are tuned into this live stream right now, PTO003, he says you're amazing, Rachel. You're amazing, man. You continuously show up. You're always here supporting on the streams. So you know I love giving back to the community whenever I can. All right, you guys. So reshare the stream. Tag myself, Hugo. Tag GBM auctions. If you want to tag Jake and Hugo, feel free as well. But mainly, I want to hear why you're excited about the upcoming GBM IDA. So we'll go through, we'll select a winner. We'll see who is resharing and sharing why they're excited.
Nice.
And that you will win, somebody will win $50 in USDC today. We'll go through and select a winner. And also you guys, oh, look, we got a Mickey Mouse, Jake's got his Mickey Mouse.
I was feeling a bit, you know, like we're Christmassy. I mean, it's summer over here, but yeah, I was going to run another competition where I just want to show off the different clothes that I'm wearing. You know me, I'm very
Christmas
vain.
decorate. Like, you are a serious, okay, he shared a photo of his Christmas decorating skills. Like, he's on another, it's already Christmas for Jake, you guys. Like,
oh, yeah. Well,
already there.
IDA, you know, everybody will be, you know, getting presents. I forgot to say, like, you actually earn more presents from Santa by bidding in the IDA. So,
Let's
like,
go. I love
just
that.
remember that.
Love that. Well, you guys, I'm gonna take a look really quick. Let's see who is tweeting, who is resharing. Crypto Morse, of course, she's doing it.
Love Crypto
She's
Morse.
excited because it's always a win-win solution. I love that. I'm retweeting that. So far, she's done it. Yeah, if anybody else wants to share why they're excited, it's free money, people. It's free money. If you just want to share why you're excited, share your excitement and tag us. Yeah, I think like we have actually gotten through all the questions for today. This is a very rare moment in time, you guys. There's a lot to cover here, but the fact that we got through all of it, I'm very happy. Is there anything else you guys want to share? Any closing thoughts, words of wisdom, calls to action?
No, I'd say, we talked about getting prepared, obviously getting involved. So like go to our profile, look at the link tree. I've set it all up there. So it's very easy for you to kind of get involved, join the community, head to our Zeely, complete the quests there. There's some quizzes, there's some fun things. And essentially that whole Zeely, quest line is just really preparing you for the IDA. So yeah, if you want some advice about where do I find this information? How do I, use the referral system so I can earn boosted rewards in the IDA? Yeah, go through our link tree. Take part in earning your GBM airdrop. Join the Discord community if you want to, say that I look like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg to my actual face in Discord.
Lightspeed, he's talking to you, Lightspeed. If you're still
let's
here,
go, Lightspeed.
Listen,
I've written your name down on a list.
But
he made his list.
The only other word of wisdom I would chuck in is remember that you need your USDC on base, but remember you also need a little bit of ETH. That's something someone always forgets, but you do need a tiny little bit of ETH to do your gas, and then you're good to go.
Awesome.
And a fun week.
Well, I'll see you guys next week in the trenches, hopefully in the GBM Auctions Discord. If everybody wouldn't mind taking a moment, I'll go ahead and share my screen and just show you guys. It's very simple to find these links. And if you're not following GBM Auctions, let's go ahead and do this really quick. Let me pull up the GBM account. If you guys are not following GBM Auctions, please go to @GBM Auction on X, @GBM Auction, and click the link tree right here. So when you go here, you'll see the links for their X, Discord, Telegram. I think this is email here. And then all the different resources, all the different things they've done here. So yeah, click the Discord link, hop in the Discord, and yeah, we'll see you all next week for the IDA.
Definitely. Thank you very much for having us on.
Thanks
for having us. Thank you guys.
Great fun as ever.
And we have more streams coming up, more content you guys will continuously see. I have videos I'm making, content I'm creating. I will do my best to just always be educating when I see good people doing good things. You guys know this. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I'm seeing the posts going out now. So yeah, for anybody that's just jumping in, if you retweet the live stream, tag us, tag Rachel Onchain, Onchain Media Code, GBM Auctions. You could tag Hugo and Jake as well, and share why you're excited about GBM Auctions and their IDA. And you could win $50 in USDC on base today. You could put that towards the auction next week.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.